Man,
Yeah,
don't
there's
drop
some
your
fun
don't
stuff
drop
in
your
here.
jaw. Oh my God.
And there is
Oh.
the Imperial in my number
Oh
one
my
spot.
Lord.
What do you think?
It is
Oh,
gorgeous.
Is that beautiful or what?
It is gorgeous.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
that's badass.
Oh man.
Oh, I'm excited for you guys. Let's get in and check it out. Greetings, automotive enthusiast. Welcome to another Tales from the Trip. This is one of those trips where the customer is making the trip and I'm documenting his trip and his picking up the car. It's a balmy, like 15 degrees here in Wichita, Kansas. Just left the dealer auto auction, struck out. There was actually a Lightning pickup that I was trying to buy. And I was like hoping to get that, but some out-of-town buyer came in and decided he wanted it worse. But anyhow, so we're going to pick up this customer at the airport, and he is buying the '83 Imperial. And he flew in from California and he's driving this car in January back to California. Sounds like a guy after my own heart here. So I'm driving Chiquita right now. I'm loving this car. And I'm going to head to the shop, get the title and the paperwork. The Imperial is down at shift, and go pick up the customer at the airport. So this is going to be kind of interesting. I'm anxious to meet this gentleman. He's actually been messaging me on the car for quite some time, and we just want to do some stuff to get it ready to go. So we'll go over to the shop, grab the paperwork, and then head to the airport and pick him up and show him and take him to shift. Day-o, day-o, daylight come and me want to go home. I'm sorry, I can't help it. This car just makes me happy. All right, I got the paperwork for the Imperial. Hey, David, what do you think of this, the Chiquita banana?
Oh, it's the best 500 we've had.
Isn't it? Isn't that
super
cool?
cool.
It's funny. When I was at the auction today, I drove it to the auction,
Yeah.
and I had like 4 or 5 people come up to me and go, "Is that your yellow Mercedes in the
Yeah,
parking lot?"
of
It was just funny.
course.
They knew it was me.
Yeah, of course.
But all right, well, I'm gonna go pick the customer up. All right, you got the fort held down?
Yeah, I got it here.
All right. We got lots of convertibles for for January. Well, I'm sitting here at a train. The life of living next to or having a business next to a giant rail yard. But anyway, the train's moving now. So anyway, I misspoke earlier. I said I was picking the customer up at the airport. Actually, the customer flew in last night, and then he stayed at a hotel near the airport. So he got in late last night, and I told him I had a little auction to go to in the morning, but I would just come, and I left the auction kind of early so I can get him picked up and get him on the road. Luckily, the next couple of days are the best weather we've had here in a while, and then it's kind of going to go bad again. So he kind of timed it just right. A little sketchy this time of year. At least he's headed to where it's warm, so I'm sure if he takes a south route, he'll be fine. But we did a lot of work to that car. We did the belts, hoses, tires, fluids, checked all the fluids and everything. So it should be good to go for him. I'm anxious to meet this customer. His name's Pedro. So I'm anxious to meet him and hear his story and what possessed him to fly to Kansas in January and buy an '83 Imperial. So I'm looking forward to meeting this gentleman. I hope you guys enjoy it too. All right, pulling into the Red Roof Inn here. See if we can find Pedro. I didn't tell him what I was driving, but I'm guessing he'll probably know. Let's see. Here he comes, right here. How you doing? I want to hear your story,
Oh, oh my God.
That's
Since I was a little kid, I was 18 years old, I tell you. I asked my father to co-sign for this Imperial.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. And he said it was too much of a car for me back then.
Really?
18 years old, $25,000.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah,
That is a lot.
and
of
I didn't
money.
have a good job, so I was a dishwasher back then.
So this is your dream car.
Yes, sir.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And you guys flew all the way in from California.
Yes.
That is amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I knew when I pulled up, I was like, I probably don't need to tell you what car I'm driving because you'll probably know.
I've been watching the video.
He called it right away.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah, he
right?
called it right away. You're like, oh, there he is. That's his car.
Imperial though, man.
When you and I hope Ben's all right,
Oh yeah, yeah.
I hope he's all right.
Yeah, that's
because if it wasn't for him selling it, I wouldn't be
It's true.
all giddy.
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah, he was a really, really nice guy, and and he's actually a friend of people we have friends.
Right.
We have some of the same friends, so we'll have to touch base with Ben and see how he's doing, and let him know that his car's going to a great home. Well, you texted me quite some time ago on this car.
Right when I saw it, I just came back from church.
Yeah.
And I turned on YouTube because that's what I usually do, right?
Yeah.
And it's right. It was right there. It was like,
the
it
video
was
when I bought the car.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. I'm like, oh my God, this has to be for me.
Because you sent me a text
right
way
away
back then. Yeah.
Right away I go, you know what?
That's so funny because that's like literally like a couple months ago.
4
probably.
months ago.
4 months ago?
Yes, sir.
Because I wasn't in a hurry to sell the car. To
That's
be
what you
honest with you.
said.
I know.
I go, well, I hope you enjoy it.
I know.
Drive it all you want, and then you get, then you can just sell it to me.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I had
Man.
it took a long time to get the radio going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's a really rare radio in that car, and I think maybe it's like only that year. And
Yeah, because when I seen other ones,
yeah,
I've been in searching for this car for a long time.
Is that right? Oh, that's
Gateway.
awesome.
I went to
Yeah?
Gateway. They had one in brown.
Okay.
They sold it right away.
Oh, wow.
They had one in gold,
Yeah.
and in the Phoenix, it was gone.
Really?
So when I just said, hey, I'm going to give it a try.
Well, but everything happens for a reason, I guess. I think white with navy. I think that's
The bomb.
I wouldn't
Beautiful color.
I wouldn't pick any other color personally over that car.
That's the color right there.
I think it looks great. Wait till you see it in person. But yeah, so I drove it and I enjoyed driving it. And then, like I said, I didn't have a radio, and I wanted to get the radio working before I did my video one. You know what I mean? Like my overview video.
Yeah, that's what I told my sister.
Yeah.
I go, he hasn't done the video.
I
That
know.
means that he might sell it to me
I
then.
know, and then you were kind of just laying there, and then you were waiting on some money to come in, right?
I got, both my checks came in.
Yeah, so I'm kind of going, you know what? I wasn't in a hurry to sell it,
Yeah.
and I was wanting to get that radio done, and then literally just when I got the radio done, you were like, hey, I got my money in, and
Oh man, it just worked out perfectly.
It does. It works out. And
Thank
then,
you, Jesus.
And then what I went ahead and did is I went ahead because I knew that you were talking about driving it to California.
Yeah.
So I even went above and beyond, and we went and put the tires on it.
Yeah.
Were really good,
Yeah,
right? But
right.
but like if somebody local bought it, you know what I mean,
Yeah,
it'd be
it would-
fine,
yeah, it'd be
right?
fine, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, cars and coffee, dinner, and all that stuff. I drove that car probably almost 1,000 miles the way it was.
Right.
But you're talking about driving it to California, and
appreciate
so
that.
literally I went and put brand new tires, belts, hoses, and all that stuff just to make it. Now it's still an '83
Yeah.
Chrysler,
Yeah.
it's
Right.
still an adventure,
Right.
But
Yeah.
the car's never given me any trouble.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
I have a friend at work that he said he had a Chrysler as well, but he said he never had any problems with the car.
Yeah.
So this is my first Chrysler.
This is interesting though,
Yeah.
because this, if you've done some research on the
Yeah.
car, this one has its original fuel injection.
Right.
Which is really rare,
Rare.
because the dealer recalled it and they converted almost all of them
All
back
of
to
them.
carburetors. But no, it runs good. I've driven it almost 1,000 miles myself.
Yeah.
And
That's what I told him. I hope he gets frustrated with it. That way he'll get. I know he
He
won't.
know.
loves it. He
He
loves that
loves
he's
it.
giving it to somebody that
it's going to appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Absolutely.
You can totally hear it in his voice.
So,
It's sincere.
man.
I was never that car. I was never frustrated with that car.
Yeah.
I was just
I
I'm
know.
just saying,
Just
like
luck
it never
with the
gave me
draw,
any.
Dad.
It never gave me any trouble.
It was just
you
luck
know?
of the draw, and you're the draw right there.
Oh man.
Oh boy, so I'm kind of jealous, that that's going to be a fun trip. Luckily, I tell you, the weather's been really bad.
Right.
Well, I tell you what, this couple of days is the best weather we've had, so it was pretty good timing.
Timing.
Yeah,
It was.
everything. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything happens for a reason.
boy, last week would have been ugly.
Oh,
It
yes.
was-
Yeah,
And then-
that's what I'm telling
Just
you.
yesterday, it was like 0 degrees. I picked the car up. I had Tracy's Automotive do do all the work on the
Right.
car because I needed to get it done
Right.
quickly. And but I went and picked it up there yesterday, and I was driving around. It was like 5 degrees, and but
Yeah,
that was
it
the
was
first
cold. That
time.
was nice.
That was the first time I drove it with the new tires.
Right.
And then that was the first time I had the opportunity to listen to the radio. And I was driving around. I was like, and then I did my video on it, and I was like, oh man, I'm loving it even more now. But
Man.
I love it when I enjoy the cars, but then
Yeah.
when they go to a good home, then I enjoy that as well.
Oh, I appreciate that. Oh my God.
Yeah, so I washed it all up,
Oh,
and we
man.
got it sitting over here at shift and ready to go.
I see your videos. I was trying to see where.
Yeah.
There you go, right
Oh,
here.
yeah, here
This
I
is
go.
it. That's it.
Yeah, you recognize this?
Yeah, I recognize this. Don't you have a video? You make the videos right here,
I
right?
do a little walk around
Yeah,
right here, man.
yeah.
You really do follow my channel,
Oh,
don't
brother, you and Hoovy
Oh, man.
and the Card Wizard.
Oh, my
Oh, I
goodness.
love you guys, man.
Oh, the Wizard really wanted to get the Imperial in, but we just didn't have timing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And here's the door opening.
You see a bunch of cars in here, Peter. Man,
Yeah,
don't
there's
drop
some
your
fun stuff
don't drop your
in here.
jaw. Oh my God.
And there is
Oh.
the Imperial in my number
Oh
one
my
spot.
Lord.
What do you think?
It is gorgeous.
Oh, is that beautiful or what?
It is gorgeous.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
man.
badass.
Oh man.
Oh, I'm excited for you guys. Let's get in and
Oh.
check it out. Let's go.
Badass.
Lord.
No problem. Well, Pedro, first impressions? Let me go turn the lights on here so we can see this thing. I'll go turn some lights on. Well, door's open. Slide inside. I'll go grab the key for you. Jump in there with him, buddy. And wait till the smell. Stick your head in there. The smell. It smells like it come off the assembly line. Let me go grab the key real quick. Well, Pedro, we got all the paperwork done. So what do you think of this thing?
I love it. I love it.
Is it everything that you hoped it would be?
Even more so.
Even more so?
Even more so.
Oh, I literally like to
Yeah.
hear that.
Like I said, the video doesn't do justice
Right.
at all.
Well, I
This
always
car is
try to
immaculate.
point everything out the best I
Yeah.
can, you
A
know.
little more than immaculate.
I appreciate that because, you know, there's nothing like going to a car and then somebody doesn't show you everything and you get there and you're disappointed, you know. We've all been there, right?
Yeah. That's,
Yeah.
But, oh,
This is
man.
beautiful. Thank you.
This is a gorgeous
him
car.
about people, we sometimes we just have bad luck, and this is we struck gold and
Yeah.
hit the needle in the haystack right here.
I think so.
Yeah, man.
This is a very rare car, man.
Yes.
Well, Pedro, and
It was a pleasure.
repeat. Awesome. Well, I am jealous of you guys. You guys have the safest trip. We're gonna go to the shop. I forgot the crystal key. I mean, it's like, you know, you gotta have the crystal
Gotta have
key.
it, gotta have it.
So we're gonna go by the shop, and then that way you can say hi to David. And so we'll go grab that crystal key because it's all about that Cartier. You guys are awesome, man. I really appreciate you.
Oh, I do. You look next, brother.
Awesome. Man, that is sweet. Wow. There they go, off to California. Look at that. Unreal. Those guys are gonna have an awesome time. There they go. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. Pedro's right behind me. I wanted to get back on here a little bit. You know, that's why, I mean, I love to do the Tales from the Trip of me, you know, buying the car from the owner. But I also, it's just as special when you sell these cars and to see where they go and why they bought it and, you know, what their, you know, plans and hopes and everything is for the car for the future and their history and that sort of thing. So it was so much fun. It was so exciting to meet Pedro and his son, and I'm just so happy for him. And it's kind of funny because I got out and I started videoing and everything, but we were having so much fun, and we were just talking and just going over the car and just geeking out over the car, and I didn't even video, you know, all that, because I was just enjoying the moment. So, but you guys can probably imagine how that went. But yeah, so we're gonna go grab the keys from the shop, and so we can get Pedro and his son on the road. I wish them Godspeed on their trip back, and safe travels, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know I enjoyed it immensely. Pedro, love you, brother. We'll keep in touch. If I come down to San Diego, I'm looking you up. So I'm taking your word on it. You said to call you if I come to San Diego. So I'll be seeing you soon again in the future. Have a good one.
Just a little update here. Pedro and his son made it all the way from Kansas back to California with no issues at all. They kept texting me along the way, and just had a trip of a lifetime. And I'm just so happy for them, and so hope that he enjoys that car. Such a special experience. Hope you all enjoyed this.